Yes then YouTube, we are back with another video on the Wolf of an Aston Villa podcast. Please drop this video a like, drop a comment down below. I do reply to every single comment, whether you do agree or disagree with this video. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button to this channel. That would mean the world to me. So we are back with another video, and today is an interesting one actually. I didn't really want to do the video. I've been putting it off for the last couple of days because I didn't know how legit the links were, kind of thing. But today, Wilfried Gnonto from Leeds is now favourites 1-1 on joining Aston Villa. Now, this has really got my eyes and ears interested because this is a player that I really like. He's young, he's energetic, he's got the pace, he's a winger, which I feel like we do lack. I just feel like he ticks a lot of boxes in terms of what we are looking for. And I know some of you in the comment section or that are watching this video will probably think, do we really need him because we don't play with a left winger? I would tend to agree with you, but I do think there are going to be a couple of games, if not a few, maybe even most games next season where we maybe play with two wingers. I'll go into more detail of why I don't think we will actually sign Gnonto, and a big reason for that was actually Jadon Philogene and how well he did play in the game against Newcastle on Sunday night. He was insane, so I think that is probably a reason why we might not go for Wilfried Gnonto. But at this moment in time, we are 1-1 favourites to sign him. I think Everton were rumoured to be having a bid, but then a lot of Everton fans were saying they didn't actually bid for him. That was kind of like the agent trying to leak stuff out. So Everton definitely did hold an interest in for him. I don't know how much that has kind of dwindled down now because the odds have really fluctuated in our favour. And I don't really pay too much attention to odds, but when there is normally a big fluctuation randomly in the odds, it's because someone knows something, really. Like, someone knows something and they've put quite a bit of money on it. So to get things started, he does predominantly play left wing, but he can play as like that second striker role, which if you remember Unai Emery speaking about Diaby, that was a big thing in terms of why we signed Diaby. Diaby can play whether it be left wing, that second striker role, or in his best position, in my opinion, that right winger role. But he can play in that SS role, but he is definitely better suited to the left wing. He's only 19 years of age, which is so young. Like this, whether or not Gnonto is amazing right now, the potential is there for all to see. A lot of you, especially watching this video that are Villa fans, will have seen him have a really good battle against Ashley Young, actually, at Villa Park this season. It was really fun to watch, and he really caught my eye in that game because he was so pacey. He could run with the ball at pace as well. His dribbling ability is insane, and for quite a small lad, you know, he's only 170 centimeters. That's like what, 5'4", 5'5". He's got this like Tevez pitbull like approach. He's very actually quite strong with it as well. So 14 starts, 2 goals and 4 assists, which isn't the best. That's actually, in terms of starts, that's 6 goals and assists in 14 starts. That's actually really good. In terms of, though, he did play in 24 games, 6 goals and assists in 24, a goal or an assist every 4 games. That's not really a high level yet, but when you compare that to what Buendia did for us last season in terms of goals and assists, it's at the same level. Coutinho, obviously a lot more goals and assists than what Coutinho provided. Pretty much the same as Leon Bailey. I think Leon Bailey got 8 goals and assists last season, I think. Ramsey, who I think is in the role that we are looking at the Gnonto role to be, he got a lot more. I think he got 11 or 12 goals and assists last season, Ramsey. So Ramsey did outperform, and I do think Ramsey is the better player. But it's something that I kind of did think about. And coming now off from the game that we have just watched against Newcastle, I think that has now really changed my opinion on the Gnonto link, because I would have loved Gnonto a couple of days ago, especially when I was thinking about doing this video when we were constantly rumoured to buying him and stuff like that. I kind of thought, yeah, you know, I could get behind Gnonto, I could. But then watching the Newcastle game and seeing Buendia play in that Jacob Ramsey role where he drifted in from the left into the centre of the pitch, that was probably the best performance genuinely I've seen from Buendia in an Aston Villa shirt. And it kind of made me think that, like, I don't know if we are going to go for this left winger now. I really don't. But let me know in the comment section if you do think we will sign him. And then going on to the Newcastle game again, I think now the big reason and the #1 reason why I don't think we will sign Gnonto, where maybe a couple of weeks ago we were definitely looking at him. Monchi apparently had talks with his agent and stuff like that. Has been the emergence this pre-season of Jadon Philogene. He has looked, he's ready. I'm telling you right now, YouTube, whether you can agree or disagree with me, let me know. I think Jadon Philogene is ready to maybe not maybe not play 38 Premier League games this season, but he is definitely ready to start in the Cups. Maybe have start in the Europa Conference League in the group stages where we're playing lesser opposition. Give him minutes off the bench in the Premier League when Diaby and Bailey are just having a bit of an off game. You know, bring him off the bench. I think Jaden Philogene is ready. He's got that... He's got the pace. He's got the dribbling ability. He can take the ball under pressure when sometimes players, they hide. You know, when the going gets tough and you're wanting to give a ball into a player that's got a man on him. I think Jaden Philogene is that type of player that you can give the ball when he's got a man on. And I think that, for me, is the #1 big reason why I would be surprised if we sign Gnonto. The rumour is he is there and available for between 18 and 25 million quid. For what it's worth, I would buy Gnonto for 20 million quid. I would. I think he's got the potential. Not right now. I think he's worth about 10 to 15 million right now on his ability. But I think in the future, give him 2-3 years of growth. Let him also develop a little bit more. He might actually grow a little bit more physically as well. I think you could be easily looking at a 40, 50 million pound player in a couple of years. I don't think he's there yet though. But that's why I would sign him. I would. And you got to remember, YouTube, we don't actually have a left winger. So say Unai Emery in a game wants to go to a 4-3-3. We haven't actually got a left winger. I know Ramsey, Diaby and Bailey can play there. And for what it's worth, I actually think Leon Bailey is better off the left than he is the right. I know some people might disagree with that. But every time I've seen Leon Bailey play well for us, a lot of the time has actually been off that left wing. I think the Brentford at home game where we won 4-0, he was incredible playing in that like lamb left wing of a 4-2-3-1. He was really good there. But we kind of don't actually have a traditional player that wants to play on that left wing, and I think Gnonto would give us that option. I think I'm going to chip in for what I think will happen. If we sell Bertrand Traore, which I think we will, I think we will sign Gnonto or a left winger of that ilk, because you got to think Bertrand Traore was probably expected to leave, and I think he would have probably gone out by now had he not had that injury. I think he's got a hamstring injury, I think. Because if we then have Gnonto on the left, I'm not on about starting, I'm just on about options. We have Gnonto and Ramsey that can play on the left, and then we have Diaby and Leon Bailey that can play off the right. We do have that option to then go to a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 kind of thing. So I think if Bertrand Traore was to leave, that's when I would think you can maybe start seeing a Gnonto type of player come in. Like, we were definitely interested in Harvey Barnes, 100%. So the money is there to buy a left winger. I just wonder if then we decided to then choose Diaby over Barnes, or maybe even Barnes did say no to us because he wanted to go to Newcastle, right? Newcastle, Champions League football and stuff like that. But from what has been murmured and rumoured around on Twitter, if we wanted Harvey Barnes, I think we would have got him. He's a local lad in Leicester. He's lived there his whole life and stuff like that. He wouldn't have had to have moved house. Kind of like the Yuri Tillemans vibe. I think that's why we got Yuri Tillemans, was because of the fact he's only apparently where he lives like 35 minutes away from Bodymore Heath, our training ground. So he doesn't have to move. He doesn't have to move his kids out of school, doesn't have to move house with his wife or his partner, whatever it is. But yeah, let me know, YouTube, if you do think we will sign Gnonto, and would you? Like, if you were Monchi and Unai Emery and Bertrand Traore was to leave, would you sign Gnonto? You know, I'm intrigued to see if we would or not. The money was there for a left winger with Harvey Barnes. So we are probably looking at a left winger, especially if Traore was to leave. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love. Up the Villa.